in Austria. So there's a group of wines that Gilbert and Biegler has. They're called Terraces. I believe there's a couple different versions. We had one last year that was from Germany. This one's from Austria. It's all Blaufränkisch, 100% 2020. And it's basically like a partnership with a winemaker and either like the local, I said commune, but I also right, the local co-op. There you go. So that's what this one is, and this one is Blaufränkisch. I accidentally have a very large pour into my stemless glass, so I'll definitely be having this with dinner as well. So yeah, so basically it's two different guys that partnered up in Burgenland, like I said, and they found basically, you know, like a garage winery, which is where they buy the grapes, like I said, local co-op style, and they create a like lovely entry level, really like fresh fruit forward version of the grape that we're dealing with. So this one, like I said, Blaufränkisch. So let's dive into it. When I have mine fairly chilled, I put it in the fridge for like, well, I had it in the fridge actually, and I took it out because I tried it the other day. I took it out for like an hour before this. So I would say it's a little bit more chilly than I would prefer, but it's going to continue to get better, and I would like it to have a bit of a chill. So if you have it just directly, I probably put it in the fridge for like 25 minutes. All right, so on the nose, on the top, it's pretty earthy actually. I will say that I've been impressed with all of like the Terraces or whatever you want to call them, vineyard project wines that Von Boden's putting out, because I do think they like are great at punching above their weight price wise. So with that, you know, we're not just getting fruit here, we're getting a lot of other things as well. So it's got this like nice, I think like forest flory thing going on here, maybe a tiny bit smoky, like a basil, maybe some sort of baking spice, like the green kind, but then also cinnamony. I think like that will come through more. I'm like just getting small hints of it and have a feeling that will probably come through more when it is warmer. And so now let's try it. Oh man, so it's complex, but it's just fresh. It's so fresh, especially when it's like slightly chilled. Everything I mentioned before was there, though I will say that the fruit is really taking the front seat on the palate. I mean, like, I think I'm getting a bit of like that smokiness and like cinnamon. It's some sort of baking spice. I don't know exactly which one on the finish. I'm definitely getting that, but it's just like, oh, we never went to the bottom of it on the nose. Sorry, but it's like bright, dark cherries, but like just fresh, like not, you know, candied, not baked, nothing like that, like just fresh fruit. And then like those interesting complexities that we talked about at the beginning with like force floor. Let's go back to it. Yeah, it's leaner than I think you would normally expect from a Blaufränkisch. Again, some of that's probably also coming from me having mine slightly more chilled than it probably should be, but it's definitely lean. So as far as pairing goes, you can't really go down the typical Blaufränkisch route that I would suggest. So I would probably go, you could definitely do your like drunk foods. Nick is making like a fish and chips right now, and I think that's going to be not perfect with this, honestly, but it's going to be okay since it's kind of chilled, just because it's fish. So it's like deeply beer battered. So like, you know, you can make that work. More so like hamburger would be better here. Like it's going to stand up to some meat. So you don't need to like really go into the fishes unless it just turns out that's what you're eating for dinner. Other things, schnitzel. I mean, we're talking about Germany here, or sorry, about Austria here, but like, yeah, I mean, honestly, like schnitzel kind of reminds me of a drunk food. It's like deep fried, battered meat. Just so that certainly would work here. Spatzel probably could work as well. Yeah, I think that should give you a pretty good idea. It's very food friendly overall. Just again, don't put it with like something super like don't put it with like a steak. It's not going to stand up to like a really heavy red meat, but it will stand up to like, you know, lamb or something that has a lot of spices with it, because it does have this lovely complexity to it. So don't undersell it. Like it, of course, is going to be great with your drunk foods, but it's also going to really be nice with things that have, you know, complexity and taste as well. So enjoy.